So I'll come out here, identify this face. I'd like to expand this out 120. Enter, and I'll select this face, drag the wheel down to this edge and roll this around 25. Then I'll take the magic wheel and run it along this x-axis. Make sure you have the same orientation, and I'll grab this circle, and I'd like to adjust this -22. Enter. Now this is not very wide back here, and so let's go and push this out a little further also. Just push it back, give that a little more space, and I'll go 20. Let's identify this end face and drag the ball up to this edge, and then we'll use the magic wheel to rotate this out 15 degrees. Then we'll select the front face and drag it up to this edge, and again use the wheel to spin this out 15. And notice our design intent, it's on symmetric and coplanar. That's why the opposite edges are adjusting. Again 15, and hit escape. And now when we close and return, you'll see the frame has updated accordingly. And if you'd like to turn off the block, we just come over to Edge Block and turn off the check mark. Now, if you do borrow these edges off a 3D model, it does cause a downstream issue. Let's take a look at that quickly. Come up here to the Application button, New, Drawing of Active Model. And I'll take the default template. And let's place our view, and I can just wind the mouse here in or out to create a larger or smaller view. And I'll accept that right there. Now see the issue? It's placing the block there with the frame also, and I don't want this original 3D model there. So how do I get rid of that? If I right mouse click or come up here to select Properties, I can go to Display. Right here it says Edge Block, and if I expand on these I can see all the pieces. I don't want to see that edge block, so I'll touch on that, selected part, don't show that, and hit Apply or OK. Now it says it needs to be updated. I update the view, and so the block is gone. And so I think my problems are over. What happens when I come to the parts list and select on the frame, and I place this parts list? If I zoom in here, it has the edge block in the parts list, and I don't want that. So again, I'll right mouse click, come to Properties, and I'll come along here to List Control. And under List Control, I go to the edge block and say, would I like this included? No, I'd like to exclude. Now I'll hit OK, and it updates, and it's gone from the parts table. So it's just something to be aware of. And we'll look at the detail sheet and the parts list in more detail shortly.